Welcome, everyone. It is Friday. It is. And I am weekend. Oh, today is another 14-hour day. And I'm okay with that. Another work day for 14 hours. I'm okay with that. Today's topic is take it easy. Why are we going to take it easy? Because we know something. Because we know that as within, so without, as above, so below. This is what we know to be true, to be fact. Cold, hard fact. I know when I say that, some are like, oh, but Angela, how can you be so sure? I keep telling you, go outside and plant something. Because the only inevitable outcome is to reap what you've planted. And that is law. It's not nature, it is law. It looks like nature because it flows in the background so smoothly, so beautifully. And because it flows so beautifully, not only do we take it for granted, but we want to give it all kinds of names. But I will say this to you. Use the principles and use them deliberately so that you can breathe easy. Easy like Sunday morning, yes? For example, it looks like the world is going to hell in a handbasket. It really does. But if you put it into perspective, if each person applied the law every day, deliberately, pardon me, in their own lives, always for the greatest and highest good, what do you think the exterior world that we live in would look like? Now, according to the quote-unquote spiritualists, the vibration of the world is being raised. Now, they make it seem all fancy and stuff, when in reality, it is not fancy at all. But if we knew why it was changing. You see, more and more people are really beginning to grasp that they have the power to change their lives. And because they are applying that, they are changing. Not only are they changing, pardon me, whew, hallelujah. Not only are they changing, but their environment is beginning to change as well. And if their environment is changing around them for the better, well, if you get 10 of those people, well then, look at what has changed, right? 10 of those people all doing the same thing, applying the principles deliberately to change their lives. Why, certainly there'll be an outcome in the outside world for the better, for the quote-unquote raising the vibration of the planet. Right? So that's why you would take it easy. You take it easy because you know you don't have to. This little lady called. Where did I call her or did she call me? I don't remember. But she says, I gotta go and fight with these people now. Because they're trying to tell me that I owe them money, but I have the bill here and I have the statement from the bank with their payment coming out. I said to her, well then, do you need to argue? I said, you have the evidence. You have the evidence. So you don't need to argue. Present the bill and present the statement. You're good to go. You don't have to argue. She said, I think you're right. She goes, the proof is in the pudding. I don't need to argue. I said, that's the attitude. Now, I don't know unless she calls me back to tell me. But I stand firm in the principle. Now, this is what I mean. You have the evidence in your life. You have the evidence in your life that the principles are at work. So do you need to struggle? Eh? No, you don't. Just apply them deliberately. Define who and what you want to become in the world. And we usually will have an idea of that based upon where we presently are. The thing that makes you say, I don't want to do that. Okay, well then what would you prefer to be doing? You define it. You don't judge it and talk about how long you think it might take. Think about that. How long you think it will take? Come now. That's like my workmate. She goes, I am done. She goes, oh, I am really feeling pregnant. And listen, pregnant women, they are beautiful, And their lips get fuller, their noses are fuller, their cheeks, everything about them is just so lovely. And as the pregnancy progresses, so too does the waddle. It is, oh, my word, it is so lovely. But she says, whew, I am ready. But every vision has its appointed hour. Sometimes we get a little anxious, and it's all right. But remind ourselves, the longer he stays in, the better, the stronger those lungs are going to be. Oh, yeah. Right. Take it easy. Take it easy. It's okay, I tell myself this too every day. As I was mopping the floor last night at work, I said to myself, you did that, Angela, you did that. I was talking to myself about a situation. And I stopped moving the mop and I said, you're right, I did do that. I said, and I did it because you're always there. You're always there, looking out for me. When I don't know something and I ask you, you answer. I said, you know what? I appreciate that. And I giggled and I kept mopping. Because sometimes we are in situations, right? But remember that the situation bows and bends and bows to the principles, right? Remember that. You want to start a work, like if you were a business, that's my. Take your time and you go through all of the scenarios of what you could possibly be doing. Instead of, man, I want to start a business, but I ain't got no capital. I don't even have equipment. I don't even know what I want to do. I just feel so stuck. Every time I try and think of an idea, I can't follow through. Oh, do you see the difference between the two things? In both situations, you're doing exactly the same thing. Going through the possibilities. That's what we're doing in the situation, going through the possibilities. So why not go through the possibilities of all the ways that you could be successful in business? Why not? And then you know what happens from there? You begin to see what you would possibly be doing. You'll start to feel the movements, the inclinations, the stirrings of what you would enjoy doing as a business. And you will come upon the one that rings most true. Because if you go the other way, you'll begin to see all the obstacles as to why you cannot. You ain't got no money in the bank. You don't have any connections. I can't compete with Jeff Bezos. As if somebody's asking you to compete. All anyone is asking you to do is entertain all of the possibilities of what you would enjoy doing. You do so much for your body. When you participate in those kinds of imaginings, the body always responds to what that mood is. So if the mood is one of despair and woe is me, what do you think your body is going to feel like? Just like when Dr. Joe Dispenza said he took those people on a retreat. And before they started doing anything, they took blood serum, to have a control. And at the end, they took another sample. Their blood was different because their mentality changed over that time. You see, sometimes when we think that changes aren't happening, we're looking so surfacey, but go to the depth. As within. Go deep within. Because something is changing. The question is, are we patient enough to allow it? You know where the patience comes from? One, you know the inevitable outcome of planting is reaping. You know this. So you're going to reap it. And then because you know that, it puts a bit of pep in your step and you say, I know what you're doing, baby. That's what you say. You say, I know. I know what you're doing. I can feel you percolating down there. I know. As within, so without. I can feel the stirrings in my soul. Not to be confused with the rumblings of gas, but I digress. And when you feel that, you can't help but smile because you know. And then people will ask you, why are you smiling? What's there to smile about? And if you said, if I tell you, are you going to do it and see for yourself? So take it easy. Really. Just take it easy. Was it Gordon Lightfoot? Take it easy. Take it easy. Don't let the sound of your own something, something, something. I don't know the rest of the song, but I can hear it in my head. I just don't know who sings it. But take it easy. Because you have an assurance. Your assurance does not come from man. Yeah, I'll be there, I'll do it. And then they don't show up. Your assurance does not come from man. Your assurance comes from, well, the all is mind. And the universe is a mental creation, and as within, so without, as above, so below. Because everything is moving, nothing can stand still, and it's always moving through its stage. Yes, going from that which is within to what is on the outside, always moving through polarity. And the way it moves is going to show me what it is so I can identify the stage. It always has its own rhythm, which has a cause. And every cause has its effect, and every effect has its cause. Why? Because I am planting a seed, and I must bear witness to it and embody it, masculine and feminine. So no, I can take it easy. That assurance will never fail you. It won't. So you will always know. But Angela, I keep telling you I'm stuck. And all you keep saying is to use the principles. I want to choke you. I know it feels as if you're stuck. But the principle of vibration says that everything moves. So if everything moves and the universal law of vibration, of movement cannot be broken, then how can you be stuck? That would mean you are not moving. And you must move because that is law, not man's law. Whoop, whoop. He's going to come get you. No, he's not going to come and give you no ticket because it's not man's law. If you are told that you are always moving, it means you're doing the same thing you've always done. So the way to free yourself is to choose what you would prefer to be doing and with the same patience and persistence that you are presently using to do the old. Use the same persistence and patience to do the new, right? And then voila, before you know it, you have changed your life. Hmm. Take it easy, my beautiful friends. Indeed, take it easy. I'm not going to keep you. Mm-mm. It's Friday. How many coincidences can you be a part of today? How many coincidences? Meaning, oh my God, I was just thinking about you. Or I was just thinking about that, and there it is. Yes, as within, so without. How many of them can you spot in your world today? If you can spot them, that means you are in what Dr. Joe Dispenza would call heart-mind coherence. That which is on the inside matches that which is on the outside. But that's why you saw it. As within, so without. Right? As within, so without. Pay attention to it. And you will see that you are living deliberately. Because observation is required. How are you going to know you're living deliberately if you don't look? And what do you look at? You look to see that what is within is matching what is on the outside. Deliberately, you put what's on the inside. Deliberately. Choose your mood. Every time I turn on my mahjong game, it says a little ticker comes across the top and it says game mode on. Oh yes. And every time it comes on, I say it. Ooh, game mode on. So select your mood and know that the mood that you select will unfold. Know this. Don't hope for it to be true, because hoping for it is a different mental attitude, a different mood altogether. Oh, oh, oh. Good morning, handsome. It's mommy's baby. Good job, sweet boy. Wake up the house now. Yes. And that, my beautiful friends, is my cue to say hello to everybody who's here. There's some people on YouTube, but they have not made themselves known. I see you. Welcome, and ooh, enjoy the day today. Twitter, well, there was someone here. Um, but now Twitter is back to being its tumbleweed self, but you know, we don't stop, we can't stop. Because I know what it looks like on the surface. There's nobody there on the surface. But I know that so long as I plant, I'll be reaping it. And what am I planting? I think that's exactly what I'm planting. Who's here on Fanbase with us this morning? We have the sweet Miss McQueen. Hey, girl. Miss Deborah. See, he had to say hello to you too, Miss Deborah. Maggie, baby. Hey, girl. I see you. Moon and Dolphin Duck. Ray is in the house. Summer Rose. Mm. Hello, my dearest. And Michael. Mm. Welcome. Welcome. And if I didn't say your name, it's because I didn't see you on Fanbase. Why didn't I see you? Because the app may be apping. Because yesterday I didn't even have access to the chat. Like it didn't even give it to me at all. Right? So go forth into this world today and know what you stand upon. Know what you stand upon. Remember that last scene in Matrix 3 when he was fighting Agent Smith, and Agent Smith had assimilated him, and then the machine gave him more power, allegedly. And he opened his mouth and he opened his mouth and his arms and all this bright light came out. Ugh. That was the image that just flashed into my mind when I said to go forth into the world. And just, as within, so without. Just let it all out. Anyhow, I won't keep you. Go forth and enjoy the weekend. For real, enjoy the weekend. I'm working this weekend. But you know, it is what it is, and I love it. I just do. It's my cheeks hurt by the time I get home from laughing so much. Because people just be funny. Anyway, I love you all. And remember to practice. What are you going to practice? Knowing what you want to be, knowing who you want to be, and taking the time to explore all the possibilities of what you could be in the world. And one of them will stand out and say, "Ooh, pick me, ooh," because you want it, yeah. And that's what it'll say to you. And you'll say, "Yeah, you're right. This feels most natural to me. I would be doing exactly this if I were the man or the woman I wanted to be." And you rest in it, because now what are you looking for as you rest in it? All of the coincidences that match it. That's what you're looking for. You say, "Oh, as within, so without." So I know there's opportunities around here somewhere. And you move through the day like that with that quiet knowledge And that peace on the inside that comes as a result of you knowing that you know. And that, my beautiful friends, is applied for all situations. There are no situations exempt from the principles. It doesn't work sometimes over here and sometimes not over there. No, it works for all situations. What would I be doing if I were the man or the woman I wanted to be? That's how you draw what is within to the outside. What would I be doing? Ask. Indeed. Anywho, I do love you. I do. I do. So, let's go feed these here chickens. Yes. Let's go feed these here chickens. Biscuit is what? Exactly 2 weeks? Is it? Yeah. Because she hatched on the 10th of July. And today's the 25th. Look, I never said math was my strong suit, okay? 15 days? Something crazy. That's 2 weeks and a day. And she's so little. Mm-hmm. She looks like a rum and raisin ice cream. You know how you have the specks of raisins inside the rum and raisin? That's what she looks like. She's got all these little spots all over her feathers. I found a picture, y'all, of the breed that popcorn is. You know what it's called? It's called a sultan. And that would explain everything I need to know about his personality and the way he walks into a room. Like a sultan, sure of himself, chest out and feathers gleaming. What? Now, allegedly, they're good indoor chickens. Who knew? Who would have thunk it? I would have loved to have kept my popcorn, but popcorn is thriving on the farm and gone full rooster. Oh, yeah, he has. I couldn't have him and a little bit in the house. Oh, heavens, no. There'd be a fight. And I'm not about to break up no fights in here. So we are not having fights because that's not Lil Bit's personality. He's very gentle, yet firm. Hmm. Anywho, I could talk about them all day because they're sweet. But Biscuit is growing well. I know I called her Chickaletta before, but Biscuit just came out of my mouth the other day. And I was like, that's your name, Biscuit. And so that's what I call her now. Because she looks like a little dinner roll, like a dinner biscuit. Not the rock hard ones to get up. You know what? Let me not say. I don't need nobody telling me I'm defaming their fast food joint. But I don't have to say its name. They already know they have hard biscuits. You know what? Hush, Angela. It's all good. It is all good. Anyhow, thank you for being here on this glorious Friday, spending it with me and Lil Bit and Lady and Biscuit. Oh. Hmm. Go forth into the world and know what you know and stand 10 toes down and say it with your whole chest. You know how these young people are, right? With your whole chest, say, I will reap what I have sown. As within, so without. Much love to you all. Countdown initiated. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I will see you here Monday. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, fan base, maybe even TikTok. Pfft, who knows? We'll see. I'll reapply again. Um, yeah, I'll be on TikTok. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I'm already there though. But I'll see you 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you got any questions, slide into my DMs. Just slide into my DMs and let me know. And we'll take it from there. We'll apply the principles together. Okay? Much love. Much love.